Ion Nunchuck. Man, did you hear those special effects? Oh, it sounded so good. There's a lot of wolves. Someday, Mitz and Raz will start hitting for twice. That'll be good. That'll be real good. I look forward to this day. There's so many of them. Oh, that was a waste. I actually shouldn't have had Trappist even attack the regular wolf. That was just bad strategery on my part. I guess it worked out though. Yeah. It's fine. Kill at least one more wolf. Oh, you guys. Hard to hit ward wolves, apparently. For some reason, I find myself very much liking the capital W's in this game. Don't know why, that's kind of a weird thing, but really good to me. Right there, that wolf and the werewolf, I like those W's. They're visually appealing to me. Oh ye wargwolf. They are aggressive W's. Yep, it's true. I think it's the top, the slant at the top, I think is what does it for me. Not necessarily that in and of itself, but that combined with the bottom half, it just looks good together. It just looks good. It reminds me of something, but I don't know what. Let's try that. This looks right. Tarantula. What if tarantulas actually had pinchers on their butts as well as their faces? Not that tarantulas need anything else to be terrifying. But if they did, I guess they kind of do, right? That's like their spinnerets kind of look like that, maybe? Okay, so here's something really cool I saw on Reddit today. Just a random video. What was it called? It was a video of a snake. It's like an Iranian snake-tailed viper or something like that. If you look up like Iranian snake-tailed viper, it's a snake that its tail has like scales sticking off the edge of it, and it wiggles it around to make it look like a spider to like lure birds in to come and try to eat said spider, and then it attacks the birds. Cool as shit. I have never seen anything like that before. I've never heard of that snake before. Really freaking cool though. Really cool. Raz leveled up. Good job, Raz. Welcome to the big boys club. Anyway, just a random thing that I saw on Reddit today that I thought was pretty neat. I had never seen that snake before. Amazing what nature does. Coming up with stuff like that. Okay, big one from Oosh. Desert animals are always a no-no. That's true. That was Cure 2? Are you kidding me? 33 to 66. That is such a swing. Oh, man. This is Astos. Did I come prepared for this? I don't know if I'm prepared for this. And I definitely blew all of my... Okay. Well, I blew all of my high-level magic because I thought I was heading towards a town. I'm heading towards a dungeon and a boss. Astos. I thought Astos was when you got the rat's tail. Who do you fight for that then? Because this is definitely Astos, right? Which I guess makes sense because he put the king to sleep. Oh no, maybe not. This is like happy music. Locked with the mystic key. Well, maybe there's nothing I can do here anyway. Maybe there is nothing I can do here. And you're right, by the way. It does look reminiscent of Dr. Okay, do you call him Willie or Wiley? It's always been Dr. Wiley to me. Because Dr. Willie just sounds funny. But then again, Wiley, good. It does look like Dr. Wiley. I don't know how to get... Okay, there's a door. How do I get there, though? Okay, oh, the wrong way. Dang it. Okay, whatever. Whatever. I see now. Is this maybe this isn't Astos then? What the heck is this place? Ha! Fools! I'm the great king of dark elves, Astos. Okay, it is Astos. Thank you ever so much for retrieving the crown. With the crystal eye here, I shall become the true Elf King. You fools have served your purpose. To the underworld you will go. If I remember correctly, this guy has an instant kill spell. Steal on you. You can attack. I guess he'll just attack. Yeah, Reaper. That's the one. Miss. He looks weird. He also is apparently very resistant to damage. That's bad. Alright, well. Slow 2. Perfect. Gotta love that. With the misses even. Haste. Okay, this might go poorly. This might go poorly. I guess we'll just steal ourselves too and hope the best. All out attack. Raz, you really... Man, we can't hit this guy for the life of us. 22? Okay. Moosh is bringing the pain with that 1 hit point of damage. Fire 2. Okay. Holy crap. Holy crap. No. No. Has Raz hit him yet? Okay, we got him. Yes! I wasn't even scared, not even a little bit. I knew I had it right from the start. Right from the start. 2,000 gil, damn. Crystal ball? Crystal eye. Nice. Got the crystal eye. Now we can go to Matoya. We can get a potion. We can revive the elf prince, king thing. Get a key. Go on a loot spree all over the world. I should... By the time I get back tomorrow, I'm not going to remember. I think everywhere so far, every single place I've been except for Provoca has had mystical key doors, to include Marsh Cave, and that was a waste. Pretty much everywhere. We should be good. Pretty much everywhere we go, we'll find mystic doors. Marsh Cave, Western Keep, Cornea Castle, Elfheim Castle. You'll be looting for days. So when's the last time you played through Final Fantasy 1? For all you guys out there watching. How many days, months, or years has it been? The last exposure I had to it was watching it during like an RPG limit break, like speed runs for it. Which games like this? The one I watched, what was it? It was, I think they did it on the original NES cartridge, and there was something where items were on a list, and they did, I don't remember what they did. There was some sort of trick where you caused it to go backwards on the list. So you started off with like the weakest item and went backwards on the list to the bottom to one of the strongest items. And they did that for weapons for sure. Maybe armor too. I don't remember. Obviously, it completely destroyed the game. Which, you know, 80% speed runs typically do that. That's kind of the point, I think, is they find ways to break the game. And they definitely did that for this game. They played through very quickly. I don't remember what other glitches they had, though. It's been a while. But I'd actually watched, the last time I watched this was a RPG Limit Break had a, what's it called? It was a race, it was a relay race through Final Fantasy 1 through 9. I want to say they stopped at 9. And they traded off, like one person played through 1, the next person played through 2, and there were 3 teams that did that. It was pretty interesting to watch. Usually I don't get too invested in races like that for speedruns, because when it's a race of a single game, you typically know pretty quickly who's going to win or lose. I mean, somebody starts falling behind and it's pretty much over. What was interesting to me in watching the whole Final Fantasy relay is obviously you had different runners doing every game, so you could have Team A had a really good runner for Final Fantasy 1 and they'd take a pretty firm lead, but then Team 3 maybe had a really good Final Fantasy 2 player, and they could make up a lot of difference in the next game on the relay. I know, it was kind of neat. I had fun watching it. A lot of content too. Obviously going through that many games. Even when you run through glitched, it still takes a while to get through that many games. I really could sit and listen to Final Fantasy music all day long. It's so good. Funk. Moosh is still using that 10G hammer that he got right at the beginning. Whoa, 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 whoa. So 20 years. It's probably been at least a... I played through this in DS when I was in college. So that would have been like 15 years ago, I guess, at least. It's scary sometimes when I actually remember how old I am and how long it's been since I was in college. Ooh, yeah. Is there a port that's closer than Provoker? Probably not. Definitely not. Alright, Matoya. Slowly but surely we'll make our way there. Ogre's here. Really? Hey man, thanks for stopping by. Try to make the best out of that 6 hours of sleep. Thanks for stopping by. Did we run into ogres when we were here the first time? I feel like we didn't. Are they actually scaling up enemies? This would have been really early in the game to run into ogres. Maybe we did though. I don't know. I thought lizards were like the scariest thing that we ran into. They're definitely scaling up enemies, because we didn't run into warwolves either. Ouch. Don't bite me. Have any of you watched the new season of Punisher? Thinking back to the much earlier conversation talking about TV shows. I'm almost certainly going to watch that next because I've watched all the Marvel Netflix stuff. And I've liked pretty much all of it, actually. I even really like Iron Fist, which seems to be a very unpopular opinion. I think I'm going to check that out, yes. Next. Go from a violent true crime or true detective show to a violent Punisher. I really want to watch True Detective Season 3. I'm going to try to hold off until every episode is out. I don't have to sit there and wait. If it's like the first two and it's only 8 episodes, I shouldn't have to wait that long, because I think there's already 3 episodes out. So it's getting close to already being halfway out. So yeah, I think I'm just going to wait until every episode's available and then binge watch it again. Because if it's anything like the first 2 seasons, I ain't going to want to wait a week between episodes. I wish more places would do like Netflix does and just release seasons all at once. I get why they don't. Although I would wonder for like HBO. I feel like HBO probably could flip that switch and have no real negative repercussions. They could just release seasons all at once. If they wanted to, they could still space... Oh god, there was a thing closer. They could still air it on TV over time, right? If they wanted to do that for live television. Or for like their streaming service and stuff like that. I wonder for like HBO what their breakdown is. Like how many people watch live HBO versus how many people stream their stuff through their HBO Now or whatever. I feel like they're probably a business that gets... Oh, maybe I can't say that. I want to say that they probably get most of their business through streaming. Or at least it's a very rapidly growing percentage of their viewers. But, I don't know, maybe that's not true. I have a hard time. We haven't had TV, cable, or satellite or anything in the house for... Man, it's been a lot of years since we've had any sort of TV in the house. We've had streaming services. And I think the last thing we had Even that's been like 4 years ago, I think. And it was okay. It was better than cable, but still not great. It was better than cable because it was cheap. Even though it was effectively TV. Effectively cable TV. Just streamed. But yeah, for the most part, Netflix and Amazon Prime. Sometimes I think I'd like to have Hulu, but maybe watch enough TV to warrant 3 services. Is that my crystal eye? Give it to me. Here, I'll give you the most wondrous potion from my collection. Obtained Jolt Tonic. They changed the wording in this too. Ah, now I can see everything. Now get out of here. I have nothing else for you. I'm wishing I had parked the boat closer. I don't want to get to the point where I need to run away again. They're really not worth very much. Especially given how hard they hit. They have like no hit points, but they still hit decently hard. Alright, Provoca. Goblin King. I really wish Earthbound has the amazing system where if you grossly outpower an enemy, first of all, they'll try to run away from you. Second of all, if you decide you want to fight them anyway, you just instantly win the fight. Don't even have to combat them or anything. You just splat, they're dead. It's like you had combat and just immediately win. That's such a good system. I really wish more JRPGs would pick that up. Because like areas like this, I don't need to fight 6 wolves. They're not going to do anything to me. They're going to miss and or hit me for 1 hit point. Why do I even need to fight them? It's just a waste of time. You know? And really lots of games have that, right? When you go back to old areas and you're grossly overpowered, you just crush everything. It just takes time. Everything just takes time. Interestingly enough, Yakuza, I really like the way that they had to deal with that. Yakuza 0, that is. So basically, as you run around town, you randomly get attacked by just generic moves of a different couple varieties. But they're like random encounters, right? They'll chase you and they'll try to fight you. And then you get sucked into a fight. You get a little bit of money for fighting them, but once you get later in the game, the money that you get for fighting them isn't really worth anything. Like you might get 100,000 yen, whereas real estate, you know, within 10 minutes you can pull in 600 million, right? So it's not worth the fight. And I was really intrigued, and I liked the way that they had to deal with that. You know, you get the ability to throw money on the ground, which I think it's 10,000 yen. You like throw 10,000 yen on the ground, and people will come running to try to scoop it up, including enemies that would fight you. So if you wanted to buy your time, you could literally just throw money at it. But you're talking pennies, right? I mean, if you're making 600 million in 10 minutes, throwing 10,000 yen on the ground ain't really going to matter to you. But it's still, aesthetically, it's kind of a neat way to do things. I like that. I like the way they handled that. But, long story short, it's a nice convenience thing. I really wish developers would incorporate more, right? Instead of trying to get people to spend a ton of time in a game, which is always the goal, right? Add as much fluff as you can, add time sinks. You want people to be playing the game for a long time, because very often the amount of time it takes to play a game is what makes a game good, or that's what's perceived as making a game good. And I feel like not enough time is given to the thought of, okay, so we spent 60 hours in this game. how many of those 60 hours was actually quality time versus just stuff that nobody wanted to do. I think Gaze paralyzes, right? Gobbler. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Man, guys, you gotta be hitting these. It's not okay. You should keep missing on the paralyze. I'm pretty sure that's paralyzed. Oof. I'm not hitting hardly anything here. The controller rumble is kind of cute too. Unless they added that in. Just imagine if the NES controllers had rumble features. What a world it would have been. Parents everywhere claimed, "Black magic, it's the work of the devil. This inanimate object is rumbling." Actually, I don't remember. Did the Nintendo Entertainment System draw ire from religious groups and stuff like that as being evil?